Every hunter finds their own path to success.
Wow, that's pretty thick.
Today, we bust through ice, snow, and water-filled cattails in search of late-season Minnesota ringnecks. This crew has plenty of reason to push on.
Here goes, hen.
When most hunters might quit.
Rooster!
The Flush, presented by Federal Premium Ammunition and Pheasants Forever.
Kang Yang may look like an ordinary bird hunter, but to a few Minnesotans, he's extraordinary.
How you feeling? Like, what's your gut say?
I feel good. We saw a shooting star on the way here, so I feel good.
Kang has a dog and plenty of gear, yet it's his open hunting invitations that set him apart. Alex Grime moved to America in 2014. Thanks to Kang, today he hunts on U.S. soil for the first time.
I'm from Germany, from the Münsterland.
There goes.
Head.
See, Alex, they exist. That's what it looks like.
My wife's American. She imported me to the U.S. And then for 5 years, we were in the Bay Area, and it's just like, man, that constant hassle there. And then she got a drop offer in Minnesota, and I was like, okay, let's pack our bags, let's go. I miss northern pikes and like open land, and this looks like my home here. Perfect.
We are hunting on a wildlife management area in western Minnesota. It's mid-December, and this is public land, which means Alex's first American ringneck likely won't come easy.
Here, look at this. There's at least 5 different pheasants. This is all from probably us coming this way. This is just textbook cover right here. May even be a word in here. Hen. Beautiful. Run-colored feathers.
Lots of hens.
Yeah. 5?
Yeah.
5 came out of there?
5 hens.
Man, is this beautiful out here though.
Really beautiful. It's 2 things for me. First, it's like pure joy. I get super excited. If I get a bird today, you'll probably see me yell and jump a lot. And then it like pretty abruptly stops for me. And I mean, I've just taken an animal's life, which I don't really take easy.
Alex grew up hunting back home in Germany, but he hasn't taken a wild bird in nearly a decade.
I think it's been probably a good 10 years. I'm here to change that today, hopefully.
Kang hopes to change that too. It's the reason he invited Alex on today's hunt.
He started this group on Meetup, and I was supposed to look up a play group for toddlers, but you know, I was like, let's try hunting first. And that's how I met him.
There's a highway in here.
Kang mentors hunters through an app called Meetup.
Meetup is just an app that, you create groups with people of similar interests. And that group I created for basically new hunters. I met each person one-on-one or in groups and, giving them like the layout of how hunting works, basically getting your firearm safety first, taking them to the gun range, getting them comfortable with the shotgun, how to purchase the shotgun.
When they're ready, he takes them hunting.
There's a lot of people that show interest already in that group. A lot of women, a lot of Indian people. Yeah, which was really interesting. And then also hunters who want to get back into hunting.
Hunters just like Alex.
Here goes, hen. Whoa, that was perfect. Look at the tracks running right here into that snowdrift. Good job, Kaya. Wow. If that thing just had different tail feathers, it was picture perfect.
the number of hunters are declining. And so this is just my way of giving back.
Like I said earlier, extraordinary accurately describes Kang's mission.
Sharing is like caring, as they say, right?
Look at that. That's cool.
There they go. Late season geese.
Look at him go. Look at
Ooh,
him
look
go.
at him go.
Kaya's like, let me at him. Let me at him. Do you see that back in Germany?
Yeah.
You guys have geese, Canadian
Yeah.
geese too?
Mostly gray geese. Canadian geese are coming in now. And it's a great sight every time you see it.
You don't have to be a hunter to appreciate that.
No, but as a hunter, you get to see it more often.
That's right.
He does it for people he doesn't know, and that he's like so into hunting that he wants to put it out there. I really love it, and he's so into it. And I was like, when he told me, oh, I've only been hunting for 3 years, I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
There's more to this bird hunter than meets the eye.
Yeah, I was an anti-hunter. I call myself an anti-hunter turned hunter.
Kang's story next.
The Flush is brought to you by Federal Premium Ammunition. Every shot counts. Walton's, everything but the meats. Benelli. And by Nutrisource.
Get it, guy, get it. Hen. I'm feeling so alive right now. Come here.
On public property in western Minnesota, late-season ringnecks have the upper hand.
These are wild birds and they're super hard to hunt.
A foot of snow and water beneath a skim layer of ice give these wild birds an easy path to escape.
The cattails, they're not frozen over completely, so we can't walk on it. And some areas, the dogs can't even walk on it. But it's just perfect enough for the roosters and the hens to, run right over it.
The sloppy conditions may slow us, but they don't stop us from trying.
Hen.
Kang Yang hunts with determination and purpose, partly to get Alex Grime a shot at his first American pheasant,
Hen.
and partly to reward his bird dog Kaya.
Yeah, she's the reason I hunt.
Kaya was a gift given to Kang by his dad. Little did they know that puppy would ultimately change Kang's life and his view of hunting.
Yeah, I was an anti-hunter. I got her home and I was like, what am I gonna do with this dog?
Kaya's hunting instincts grew right along with Kang's.
Wanting her to be outdoors, spending that time with her.
He trained her and eventually took the final step.
And so I was like, well, I might as well start hunting.
Kang may have gotten a late start as a hunter, but he never looks back.
I call myself an anti-hunter turned hunter. Thinking back when I was an anti-hunter, it's just you feel sorry for the animal and you feel like, how can you shoot such a beautiful living creature, right? And then being a hunter, you make the connection where this animal is giving you food, right? And by harvesting this animal, you're also giving back, with your time and money and conservation, making more of them. The number of pheasants and ducks we see wouldn't be here without hunters. That's when I kind of had that aha moment.
Kaya gets credit for Kang's aha moment. She's a 3-year-old German wire-haired pointer that's now in her prime. She points and retrieves birds, but her greatest impact will always be tied to the hunters that she brings into the field, specifically Kang.
Go get it, Kai, go get it. I know. It might be a runner.
Of course, we all know even hunters with good intentions face challenges along the way.
Search. Yeah, the bird's gone. Dang it.
It happens, but it sucks every time it happens.
I know, gosh. I don't think I hit it like a vital, so it's probably still running. Yeah, it hurt a little, but you want to think about it for a second, and then you think back about the moment, being here with you guys, with good company, and my dog, and you just realize that you can just go to the next one.
Wet and tired, we accept defeat. And yet, Alex calls it a win.
That's fine. They have to win, and they were all hens. The cool part about today is like just how open this land is here. This America as I expected it to be.
We probably don't realize how good we have it.
Minnesota, I think, is like That was the best choice ever to come here, definitely.
We might not be leaving this field with a bird in hand, but Alex's attitude puts everything back into perspective.
It sounds like overused and corny, but I'm not here to kill a bird necessarily. I'm here to like hang out with nice guys and walk my butt off.
Motivated by our missed chances, we return to the same property we left the night before. This time, a new hunter joins our crew.
You ready? Let's get you your collar on, huh?
Simon Tietke prepares his dog Shooter for a cattail march.
So she's not the most aggressive flusher. She's more of a tracker, but hell of a retriever.
Hopefully, we can give her a bird to retrieve.
So here's what we learned a little bit yesterday. The cattails are frozen enough that the pheasants are running all over them,
Yeah.
but not frozen to the point where we can move through them real easily. It's just a little bit of a pain. It's hard
Yeah.
to get in there, but that's where the birds are.
Well, that's where we got to get in then.
Simon and Shooter double our count of Germans and bird dogs. We'll find out if they help.
Is this the most Germans you ever had on the show?
At a minimum, we may learn how to yell at those pheasants in German.
Blumenfeld ist sozusagen Fasan.
How do you say, let's go hunt in German?
Weidmannsheil.
Weidmannsheil.
Let's go.
Weidmann. Dang it.
Heil.
Pretty much.
Weidmann Heid.
Weidmannsheil. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go.
The Flush is brought to you by Pheasants Forever, Carlson's Choke Tubes, the Shooter's Choice, North Dakota Tourism, and by Ruffland Performance Kennels. This segment of The Flush is brought to you by North Dakota Tourism. Plan your adventure at NorthDakotaLegendary.com.
Cover over here with pine trees, and it was packed with birds last night.
When the going gets tough, some hunters give up.
Hunt him up.
Others simply dig in.
Wow, that's pretty thick. Yeah, it's slushy. She flash points, yeah. About 10 seconds. Well, if we don't let her go right away. But you'll see she starts sounding like a piggy. Breathing so hard.
Simon Tietke and his dog Shooter have fresh legs. Shooter is a 6-year-old golden retriever that enjoys nothing more than to find and retrieve Simon's downed birds. As for Alex, Kang, and myself, we're on day 2 busting cattails in a foot of slush-filled snow. So far, our game bags remain empty.
Travis, it's just been 15 minutes. What's going on?
I mean, I feel him, but still, let's go.
Simon promises to cook us a pheasant feast if we bag enough birds.
It's gonna be 4 people for dinner at least. So we need to have at least 2 roosters. I do cook, yeah, that's for sure. And I take that very serious, so I like cooking. You'd think we would have found a rooster by now, huh?
Simon is a dedicated chef. This fall, he became a first-time hunter.
It was nothing that I grew up with in my family. Our family was an angler family. I'm originally from Germany, just a small town outside of Frankfurt. We hunted mushrooms a lot, but not animals.
That all changed when he took a job in Minnesota and his boss introduced him to a dog breeder.
He called me up and he said, I know you guys looking for a dog, and the breeders stopped breeding the mother of his puppy and they're thinking about giving her away. And I went out there and we talked to the breeder and she really liked us and we connected right away. And she said, you can have the dog, but there's one request I have. You have to hunt the dog. And I'm like, ooh, here we go.
Simon couldn't pass on the deal.
I finally had a purpose, right, for it, a reason. And Shooter's the reason. Come on, Shooter, hunt him up. Yeah, poop and some seeds, yeah.
Not so fast, Kang.
Well, I love it. I think it's just the freedom and the solidarity. I can be out here, I mean, look at this, right? This is all public land. Dude! You gotta be
Man, that
kidding me.
breaks the spell.
Here, here, Heel, 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 sit.
Whoa.
Sit.
Good job, guys. Weidmanns Heil.
Just look at that thing, man.
I was beginning to wonder if it was ever gonna happen. Well
Good job,
done.
man.
That the whole perseverance thing.
Exactly.
A
Just keep walking.
wild public land late season rooster.
Number 4 for me.
Number 4 for
Number
you
4,
on the
wild Minnesota rooster.
first season.
Well, we're gonna make some Wiener Schnitzel. You know, the reward is just so different, right?
Another memory.
Yep, right on. Thank you. I take a picture of each and every bird I take on public land because it's just that challenge.
With a hard-earned bird finally in the bag, we switch gears and knock on doors in search of a new opportunity.
Don't know if you allow anybody permission to hunt?
I do on occasion, yeah.
After gaining access from a generous farmer, we jump right back into the field. Or should I say, into snowdrifts.
All right, let's do this. Whoa, that was deep. Good old Minnesota snowdrift.
Simon has a bird. We still hope Alex can bag his.
I think they're just running away from us. The snow is an interesting feature too. Sometimes it goes up to your hip, sometimes, just to your foot.
Alex has never hunted pheasants in the snow, but in all reality, neither has Simon or Kang.
Bird.
What was it?
Hen. Yeah, love it.
It's the whole journey. And when all that comes together, when you get that rooster at the end of the day,
Rooster!
that feeling is just great.
Here you go. Here you go.
A feeling that we celebrate with Kang.
Good job, Simon. Good job, Kang.
Thank you.
Right on.
And hope Alex soon feels. His first American ringneck will have to wait for another day. Still to come, our chef serves up a German dish, pheasant schnitzels on the menu. Pheasants Forever's mission remains to protect and restore America's wildlife habitat. Without habitat, we don't have wildlife and we don't have places to hunt. Without you, Pheasants Forever has one less voice in their fight for conservation. Join Pheasants Forever today, and your membership will help us to create healthy habitat, cleaner water, and abundant wildlife. You'll receive a 1-year subscription to Pheasants Forever Journal, a vehicle decal, and an invitation to a local chapter banquet. Your $35 investment will go straight back into the soil, creating more habitat and more birds. Please help us make a difference today that will last forever. Simon Titka enjoys hunting pheasants almost as much as he does cooking them.
I'm getting so excited about cooking finally things I bring home by myself, and I think it just brings it all full circle in the end of the day. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Our hunt didn't provide pheasant limits, but we did harvest enough for a meal. Your wife lets you clean
The birds
in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, she does. The first time was a little hard for her, but I clean up after it, so it's all good. I very much enjoy gutting the bird. I hang them in my garage for 5 days. I very much enjoy that. It's the whole thing, right? So I use the feathers. My wife decorates the house with it. It's the whole thing. It's just what I enjoy about it. Right?
Is it more rewarding for you now when you get to say, I went out and I figured out where this bird lived with my dog, harvested it, and
Oh,
then
absolutely.
bringing it all full circle?
Oh, absolutely. Every time I do this, I learn something, right? So pretty excited about it. Bringing a bird home and cooking him, bringing any wild game I get home and cooking it, it's just, for me, it's just a different thing. And it's so much of value I put into this that I use the whole bird, right? I eat the heart, love liver pate, things like that.
Simon will use every part of this bird, but tonight he's cutting out the breast meat to prepare a German recipe called pheasant schnitzel.
Schnitzel is fairly simple. First of all, we're going to take the breasts we just got out of the bird, and then we tenderize them, pretty much pound them down between 2 sheets of clear wrap.
Simon pounds the meat down into a thickness roughly 1/4 inch. Each breast gets coated in flour, pre-mixed with salt and pepper. Then he dips them in egg, followed by plain breadcrumbs. After that, they go straight into a pan of lard or purified butter. On medium heat, each side cooks for 2 to 3 minutes.
See, they're kind of supposed to swim in there, just like that.
Yeah.
Not stick on at all.
Just like our hunt, the meal prep turns into a group effort.
Here you go. So there's something called Jägerschnitzel, and that's what we're gonna have today.
Jägerschnitzel?
Yes.
This is Jägerschnitzel.
Jägerschnitzel means this meat gets covered in gravy.
Schnitzel hunter style.
Okay.
That's what you eat when you come home after your hunt, you know. You got your schnitzel, you got your meat, you got your mushrooms, you make a gravy out of it, make a nice meal. Oh, the gravy is awesome.
Mashed potatoes and sous vide carrots marinated in butter and maple syrup add the finishing touches to Simon and his wife Natasha's meal.
I don't feel like I deserve this. This is incredible.
Cheers.
To Ken, to Simon, and Natasha,
Thank you, Charles.
and to Wild Birds.
Yes.
Bringing it full circle, right?
Exactly. All right, well, enjoy.
That crunch is good. That's crazy.
You okay with that?
Wow. Wow. That's fantastic.
Sharing a pheasant feast and this entire journey with New Age hunters, I'm reminded about the resources we all have to be thankful for.
You see in Germany, I talk to people and small game is so scarce compared to what it is here. And I think it's because the reaction was too slow with protecting public land and protecting habitat. And then I started reflecting and I started to think about what I hunt out here and what I can fish and what I can do. And just people in Minnesota don't even know how good they have it. That's why it's so important you protect what you get and what you have, right? And take care of it.
Wise words from a first-time hunter with a big picture view of America's great outdoors.